All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight. And when I say us, I mean my lady and I, my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady and her whiny little dog is here with us tonight. He's a whiner, huh, baby?
Yeah, and he's irritating me.
Yeah. I mean, he loves me. He's like attached to my hip, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll still get a show in, but my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady is here live with me tonight, and we have another great topic to discuss with you folks. My lady came up with this topic. We'll get to that in just a few here, but before we get to that, baby, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. I want to make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. I'm still waiting for it. The back end of YouTube seems to be rolling smoothly, and the YouTube notification has gone out. So, baby, wow, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to be on tonight. I sent you the link just in case, and I'm glad I did, huh?
Yeah. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, those you may want to mute in between. Yeah, well, those guys,
they're irritating.
Tonight, they're, wow. Okay, baby, you're going to have to mute and actually get those guys settled down if you can, please. So tonight, folks, we're going to be discussing toxic positivity versus genuine positivity. And we're also going to be announcing the runner-up winners of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. We were going to do that last night, but some things transpired, and we decided to put off the show until today. Everything's all good, but hey, folks, sometimes things come up. My lady and I have been very, very busy, getting ourselves settled in, moving in together. We moved our dogs here a few days ago, and plus, my lady had her accident the other day. So, we're just kind of, trying to get back into the swing of things. Right, baby? Are you okay now? Is everything okay in the bedroom?
Oh, yeah, just Buster's whining.
Yeah, let him whine a little bit, or maybe just, give him some hugs, have him, curl up next to you or something like that. But yeah, why don't we do this? Why don't we, announce the runner-up winners? And as a matter of fact, baby, I was going to talk with you about this. We already know who the first runner-up is going to be.
Yeah.
And that is none other than who else, baby?
Sandra Palacio.
Sandra Palacio. Big round of applause for Sandra. Sandra is the first runner-up. Sandra, you are amazing. You've been a great and loyal friend. You also live out here in the San Francisco Bay Area, where my lady and I are at. And yes, we look forward to finally having that coffee with you one of these days. It'll probably happen after the holiday season, but we will make it happen. And maybe we can finally start doing some collaborations like we had planned to do for the past several years that we've been trying to make this coffee meeting happen. Now, we also have a second runner-up, baby, and we didn't really talk about that. I'm going to throw a name out there and see what you think as our second runner-up. And if you have somebody else in mind, we could figure it out really quickly here on the fly. And I think the second runner-up should be Tam Tam. What are your thoughts about that?
I agree. I do have another person. I do have another person in mind.
Okay.
I also think Lewis Fuller.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to mention Lewis Fuller as an honorable mention. But I chose Tam Tam because she has been very, very supportive behind the scenes and also on the front lines. She's a great moderator. She's a wonderful woman. She's a mother, a wife, a great family person. And she's seen a lot of the things that you and I have experienced out here on YouTube and other things we're going through in real life. And she's been extremely supportive. Don't you think, sweetheart?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. Yeah. And Sandra, I got your message behind the scenes, and we look forward to having you join us on the front lines here in the chat if you're able to make it. All right. So basically, to just sum it up here, Holly from the Holly's Hauntings and Happenings channel, 1 to 30 day positivity challenge. We mentioned that a few days ago. And first runner-up is Sandra Palacios. Second runner-up is Tam Tam. She runs a Medium channel. And honorable mention, Lewis Fuller. You've been amazing. You've been very supportive. We've been friends now for almost 3 years. And I've got to say, Lewis, you are one of the most decent, reasonable, and kind, caring, and considerate souls that I've ever come across, baby. I mean, if you have anything to add to that, please.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I wanted to mention him.
Yeah. I mean, we have so many great...
Yeah, he always says, good morning and good night every day in the mod chat. He's always super polite.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to mention him.
Yeah, no matter how busy he is, no matter what's going on, he's a part of many groups, especially a lot of groups on Facebook Messenger, which is what we use to communicate with people. We used to use Google Hangouts, which is now known as Google Chat, but people can make so many fake accounts on Google.
Oh yeah.
That we had to use Facebook because it's one of the best ways to identify someone. And the best way to do it is through Facebook Messenger, and they have these things called voice messages or voice notes. And so, hey, if we meet someone new, we want to get to know them to see if they're legitimate before we moderate them or further connect with them. Hey, send us a voice message. Let us hear your voice, that this is you, and let us check out your profile to see that it's a real profile and not one that was just created the other day, right? And even you got to also be careful, because sometimes people have accounts on Facebook that go back to 08, 09. They created many accounts back then, and they're trying to make them look legit. But you have to look at how much content there is publicly available. Someone that's legit you're gonna be able to tell that their profile is real, right, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else, baby? It sounds like you have something to say there. What would
you
like to say?
No. I'm just agreeing with you, hon.
Well, baby, before we get to it, we're going to try to blitz through this as quickly as possible, because I know we have a long day tomorrow and we want to get some rest. Again, I appreciate you making the effort to come and do the show with me tonight. This is a topic that you actually suggested. You sent this to me. It's a very recent blog from one of our favorite, blog sites, websites. That's Psychology Today. Again, the topic of the show is toxic positivity versus genuine positivity, plus runner-up winners. We already mentioned that. Toxic positivity versus genuine positivity. Before we get to the blog and switch over, are you actually on the TV, baby? Are you able to see what's going on?
Yeah, I have the TV. I have the little Alexa. I have everything going.
The Echo Dot. Oh, you've got everything running in there. It's like technology central in the bedroom, huh?
Yeah.
Well, thank God I have a fiber line to handle all this bandwidth, right, baby? I got enormous amounts of bandwidth. Anyway, so why don't we just go ahead, and unless you have anything else you want to mention before we get to it, baby, we can get right to it. Anything else you want to, bring to the forefront?
No, let's get right to it. I'm excited about this.
Yeah. By the way, the ghost of Whoosh Whoosh is in the chat. Hello. Welcome, the ghost of Whoosh Whoosh. Roxy's in the chat as well, baby. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Roxy.
Hello. This is also a subscribers-only chat. It's not a members-only chat. We will be doing more members-only chats. So, folks, if you want to be a part of those members-only chats when we do them, please consider purchasing the $2.99 members-only chat channel membership package here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. And you may want to even upgrade to the $4.99 package, because we are going to be putting a lot of our past videos that my lady and I have done together onto members only. So the best thing to do is to get the $4.99 package. But if you want to chat at least through the members only chat, the $2.99 will get you that. And moderators are not exempt from the members only videos. They can only chat in a members only chat for free. Just letting you folks know that. It's kind of confusing, but hopefully I mentioned it the right way. We have 15 in the box, 5 likes. Please smash the thumbs up and share this out on your community tab. Share it out anywhere on social media where you feel you have a group of people that would benefit from the type of content my lady and I create here. So let's get to it, baby. Let's switch on over to the browser screen. And by the way, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying browser. Oh, and Bochi had to put his 2 cents in.
Oh, yeah, because it sounded like browser and Bochi, they sound alike almost, right? It's a B word, right? Any word that begins with B, any word that begins with B, your dogs, will both respond because both their names start with the letter B.
Yeah.
Man, that little dude's still whining, but that's okay. All right. So this is from Psychology Today. And this was written by Sasha Hines, PhD, MAPP, some fancy lingo that I don't know, what it means actually. Science over self-help. That's her business. And the topic of this, posting is why toxic positivity isn't positivity at all. One more time, why toxic positivity isn't positivity at all. Below it says we should throw the term into the buzzword dump. And this was posted on December 9th, 2022. Just a couple days ago, baby. Wow, you got this the day it came out. You saw this come up on your feed on your phone, and you're like, yeah, great topic.
Yeah.
All right. Before we move further, folks, if you feel you're getting great value here from what my lady and I do to help you folks, please consider making a donation in any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. You can do so in one of many ways. You can go to the bottom of the chat and hit the super chat or super sticker. If you prefer to send via Cash App or PayPal, Nightbot is sharing our PayPal and Cash App links on PayPal. You can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but baby, they are not required. Baby?
Yes.
You're muted. Oh, sorry, you were muted there. The dogs were probably barking really loud, right?
No, I was not muted. I was just quiet.
Oh, okay. I was asking you to fill in the blank, but I filled it in for you. I was saying donation.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. I'm so sorry.
No, I was saying donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not
required.
Right. All right. So, baby, let me ask you this. Go ahead.
I just want to quickly respond in the chat to Roxy and say thank you for your prayers. And yes, I am feeling much better. I just started eating. It's amazing what food will do for you.
Yeah. Roxy says, hey, hope you're feeling better. D, keeping you in my prayers. Roxy says, I always watch, just not a big chatter. Roxy, feel free to chat here anytime. This is a safe place. And we're here to truly help people in any way possible, keep you company. I know some people are going to be alone this holiday season. Some people don't have a lot of family, or maybe, there are issues within, your friends and family, not yours. I'm saying this in general for anyone. And we just want you folks to feel like you have a couple people here that truly care about you, and we have our best interest. Or we have your best
Your
interest. I
best.
said, yeah, I'm sorry, your best interest in our heads and our hearts. She knew where I was going with it, but yeah, sometimes I make a mistake. Yeah, babe, real quick before we dive into it, yeah, you've been eating a ton lately. Like you feel like completely different in a better way over the last few days. Why don't you share a little bit about that real
Oh,
quick before we
yeah.
get to it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know what it was. I mean, I think it was the fact that you went and got that first meal, the salmon and the mashed potatoes. And once I ate that, it just ignited something. It just woke my belly up, and I just haven't stopped.
Well, that's good because you stepped on the scale and you were at what the other day?
Well, at the hospital, I was 103, I think. I know I was 103 at the doctor on Tuesday, and today I was 108.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Yep.
awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so let's get right to it here. What when you saw this title, babe? Why toxic positivity isn't positivity at all? What came to mind? What made you feel this was a really really good topic to discuss?
Well, it drew my attention because I wanted to know what they thought toxic positivity was. You know, I wasn't sure. So I just scrolled down just a little bit to see the definition, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is really big in today's world. It's
Yeah,
all over social media. It's in our in our what we say every day, like our encouraging words to people.
yeah.
So I thought, oh yeah, this is definitely a good topic.
Yeah, you know what my take on it is when I first saw this title and when you sent me the link, my thoughts were, manipulation. There are people in this world, online and offline, that will, pretend to be positive and manipulate people by approaching them in a fake positive way just to get what they want. And then, once they get what they want and they're gone, poof, they kick you to the curb. Um, and,
Well, my
and
first thought of like toxic positivity is like somebody from the South that goes to somebody, oh, honey, bless your heart. Because that's condescending, you know? And it's that they're trying to be positive by saying, bless your heart, but they're being a bitch about it.
yeah, yeah, or they're being fake about it, right?
Yeah, so
They're
that's
not being
toxic.
genuine about it. Right.
Exactly.
Well,
That was the first thing that came to mind.
baby, anything that's, that's negative can be perceived as toxic. Anything that's not
Yeah.
genuine can be perceived toxic, in my opinion. It's not good. If it's not good, it's toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to the key points here. Let me read these
Yeah.
4 key points, and then I'll get your take on it. Toxic positivity is not a toxic level of authentic positive emotions. It is emotional avoidance and invalidation. Yeah, there are a lot of people that are afraid to open up emotionally, baby, because they've been so scarred from the past, probably stemming back to their childhood or a, failed relationship or failed marriage, right? What are your thoughts about emotional
Mhm.
avoidance and how toxic is that?
Oh, yeah, that I mean, that leads to just failed relationships for the future, you know? It's if you don't deal with that toxicity, then you're never gonna move forward with positive emotions.
Yeah. Well, you got to open up emotionally. Like if you
Yeah, you have to
avoid,
open up. You've got to release the toxins in order to have positive emotions flow.
yeah, yeah, baby, have you ever, you know, avoided, sharing your emotions? Have you ever like bottled up your emotions in the past? I'm sure I know we all have, you know.
I'm a woman. Yes,
Well,
I've bottled my emotions.
well, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're going to bottle your emotions. Typically, women just, come out and blah their emotions, right? No disrespect intended, but sometimes when you've been through a lot of trauma, that's, in my opinion, when emotional avoidance really, comes into play, right?
But a lot of times in relationships, women will take a lot and will bottle, and we'll take it in and we'll bottle, and then we'll volcano.
Oh, you'll blow up. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
because we take so much in and we can't handle it anymore.
Yeah. And then they say invalidation. I guess that's somebody that will do the opposite of validating themselves. Like they lack self-love, and they feel they're
Mhm.
just not good enough. And I know I've been through that in my younger days, and you've been through that, baby, for a while, and you've actually worked tremendously hard to turn that around. What are your thoughts about that before we move forward?
Yeah, no, I mean, anybody that's in a toxic relationship, and I know that this is not necessarily just about toxic relation who excuse me, about toxic relationships, but if you are and you don't have the proper validation, then you you start to have invalidation for yourself. You don't feel like you're worth it, and if you are feeling like the person is being condescending or not giving you the right kind of attention, and the words that they're saying to you are not the right words, then that's going to cause an invalidated feeling and emotional avoidance.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense, and we can definitely help people overcome that, by encouraging you. And if you still need further help after that, that's when it may be time to kick it over to a therapist, or a psychiatrist. But I honestly think that one of the best ways to, reverse emotional avoidance and invalidation is to just have a bunch of supportive people that have been through it and have worked through it. And I think that's the best place to start. So let's continue here because we got a whole lot more to go. We got to blitz through this here. Authentic positivity never denies reality. Yeah, baby, real quick. I mean, you got to own reality. You got to live in the real world. And
Mhm.
you got to own your shit. Like, what are your thoughts about authentic positivity never denies reality?
Oh, absolutely. Own your own shit.
Right.
That you
Right.
nailed that right on the head.
Yeah. Nothing more to say. You just got to
I
be real
couldn't
with
I
yourself.
couldn't say it any other way.
Right. You got to be real with yourself in order to become the best possible version of yourself you can become. If not, you're
Mhm.
lying to yourself and you're living a lie. And that's going to come
Yep.
off to people, and that's going to affect your dating world. It's going to affect your business world, your job, or whatever. It's going to affect
Relationships with
everything.
your family,
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep it real.
relationships with your friends,
Yeah.
everything.
You got to keep it 100, right, baby?
Absolutely.
All right. Perfect. Let's continue here. You can acknowledge your very real pain and simultaneously experience genuine positive emotions like love, inspiration, and hope. Let me read that one more time. You can acknowledge your very real pain and simultaneously experience genuine positive emotions like love, inspiration, and hope. Basically, baby, you've been through a lot in your life, and so have I. And because you and I found each other and we are such an amazing fit together, despite what we've been through in the past, we've been able to work through it and allow ourselves to have genuine positive emotions for each other, like the love we have for each other, our inspiration for each other and other people, and hope. Like, what are your thoughts about that? That's well said, huh?
Oh yeah. No, that's yeah, no, I love this statement. Um, because this is one of the things that I'm really working on right now in my life because I have had a lot of real pain
Mm-hmm.
with relationships in the past. Um, I can go on for hours with the pain I've had, but right now I have to simultaneously find the positive way to find the love to inspire myself, to find the hope to do better and live a positive life and find the positivity in it, you know? What did I say to you uh, yesterday? I sang that song to you, the Chumbawamba. I get
Oh,
knocked down, but I get
but
up
I get up
again.
again. Yeah.
You ain't gonna
Oh,
ever
that's
gonna
right.
keep me down.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Chamba It's called tub thumping. Yeah, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You are never going to keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You are never going to keep me down. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Edgar, what's going on, baby?
Oh no, I was just saying all right.
Oh, okay. You're getting some messages from behind the scenes. It's all good in the hood. All
No.
right. Oh, okay.
Okay. Go on.
All right. Let's get to the next one here. Um, Positivity isn't glib. It is the leavening agent of our flourishing and requires deliberate effort and emotional adulthood. Or leavening, sorry, leavening. Positivity isn't glib. It is the leavening agent or leavening. It's like I think they're talking about like unleavened bread instead. It's leavened instead of unleavened. I haven't seen that word in a while. These psychologists, baby, like to use these very, very fancy words,
I know these words are too big for me.
I'm like, come on, plain English here, so us folks don't feel dumb, right? But it's all right, it's all good, and requires deliberate effort and emotional adulthood. So my take on that is that in order um, to become the best version of yourself you can be, you have to make deliberate effort. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to have self-love, self-respect. You have to value yourself deep within
Yeah.
and make a deliberate effort to get to that point. And then it says, and emotional adulthood. That is huge right there, baby. Like my take on emotional adulthood is equivalent to emotional maturity. But the time, listen, I'll give these young bucks nowadays until their early 30s to become fully emotionally aware, intelligent, have emotional intelligence and being emotionally mature. But a lot of these young folks nowadays, especially my favorite generation, baby, the millennials, they're still lacking emotional adulthood, in their mid to late 30s. What are your thoughts about this?
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. And I was gonna say, the funny thing is I think that these Gen Zers are they have more adulthood than the millennials too. Like in fact, I know two 16-year-olds that are more mature. than most of the millennials I know.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
In fact,
And
like we spoke to one of them today.
yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you, baby, the Gen Zers are really, really trying to make up or not be stereotyped in the same ways that the millennials have been and still are. And they're doing a very, very good effort. Like, um, yeah, we were talking, and it's okay. We don't have to mention his name. We were talking to Holly's son. We had a private conversation with a few of our moderators behind the scenes, and you're talking about Holly's son, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What a mature young man. I mean, he
Yes.
was funny and he was real. We're not going to say what he said, obviously.
Absolutely
Um,
not.
but yeah, what a smart kid. And a lot of that has to, do with his parenting. His mother, Holly, is amazing.
His
And
father.
we mentioned, his father, Mike, Holly's mentioned, his name before. Mike and Holly are amazing parents, and their son is just sounds like a very smart kid, and I don't foresee him having any issues in life. But yeah, you're right. This is something that's plagued the millennial generation, even some of us, Gen Xers, have been plagued by this, but the Gen Zers are really, really turning it around. And you know what I'm curious about, baby? I'm curious about, the generation after the Gen Zers, which is age 10 and younger. That's called the Alpha generation. I'm curious to see how much better they're going to even turn things around since the millennial generation. That is going to be interesting to see when these
It's just going to be amazing. They're going to turn everything. I think the whole world is going to turn around.
well, it's going to turn over, like do a 180 or something.
Yeah, I really do.
Wow.
I
Well,
think these kids are gonna clean this shit up.
sounds good to me. Let's continue here. I'm going to blitz through this quickly and we'll stop every so often and give our
Okay.
commentary. Good vibes only. Everything happens for a reason. Absolutely. Just think positive. Amen, right, baby? It starts with
Yeah.
just thinking positive, right? And let's not
Yeah.
forget the infamous live, laugh, and love.
Laugh. Love.
Uh, live, laugh, love, huh, baby?
That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Amen. It's a great motto to live by. Scroll through your Instagram feed or browse through the tote bags, pillows, or coffee mugs at your local gift shop, and you'll see a barrage of positive messages like these. And you love those, baby. You get them on Facebook, and baby, like I know there's a lot of negativity on our smartphones and the internet and all that, but there's also a lot of positive stuff.
Positivity.
If you're a positive person and the algorithms on all these social media platforms are only going to give you what you seek. If you seek positive content, they're going to send you positive shit. Positive stuff. We got to be nice, right? If you're seeking negative shit, they're going to send you negative shit, right?
Yeah.
And see, your phone is bombarded with the most positive stuff, and I love it when you forward it to me because it just shows me, like, how much you're trying to better yourself each and every day, like I am and other positive people are, and how much you're trying to avoid hate and drama, even though we're surrounded by it, right? All of us are surrounded by it, right?
Yep.
So let's see.
Oh yeah, but no, I get all this positivity that comes in on my Instagram, on my Facebook, it just comes in all the time. And it just makes me smile. And then I just share it with you and I share it with my friends and share it with my mom and I share it with the mod group. So it's nice.
Yeah. Let's continue, baby. Sandra,
Uh-huh.
just so you know, baby, Sandra's
Ouch.
she's here. She's moderating our chat. Let her just moderate the chat. We're gonna
Oh,
keep
I
on. moving forward. Yeah, we
Oh,
got a
hi,
few trolls
Sandra.
coming in. Yeah, got a few trolls coming in, but not a big deal. Sandra's handling them. Let's continue here. Um, let's see. Oh, I just moved this. I moved it. Do. They seem so
You're at
cheery, but do these messages help you or harm you? No, they help you. If they're positive, they help you. Now, if they're negative, yeah, that just sets you further back, right? And
yeah,
what does the term
yeah.
toxic positivity even mean? Let's dig into the science of positivity and debunk a few myths. All right. So, what is toxic positivity? Toxic positivity is not a clinical term, but it has become part of our collective vocabulary. It is the trendy buzzword of the moment. Psychology Today offers a useful explanation of toxic positivity and defines it as follows. So, toxic positivity is the act of avoiding, suppressing, or rejecting negative emotions or experiences. This may take the form of denying your own emotions or someone else denying your emotions, insisting on positive thinking instead. So, a lot of people, baby, in my opinion, you let me know what you think. A lot of people, instead of tackling their hardships head on, they try to mask the pain by, putting some positive thoughts, um, and they're not tackling the underlying issue. There's nothing wrong with trying to or wanting to be positive and think positive, but some people use it just to mask the pain without understanding the underlying issue or wanting to work through it. Does that make sense to you? Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. They'll just um they'll just try to see through it instead of work through it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And they're only fooling themselves, right? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people do not want to tackle their issues head on. I know you've had your stuff we've talked about in the past. You've had the abandonment stuff and all that. And until, you were able to tackle it head on and not let it affect you and move on with positivity, the positivity was not going to matter until you were truly ready to move on from it. And baby, you have moved on from it. There are times where it hits you every now and then, but you've learned to identify it. And when it happens, you don't let it, keep you down for too long, right? You
Yeah.
you seek out the positivity because you don't want to go back down to that place again, right? Go ahead.
Down that rabbit hole.
Down that rabbit hole. That's right. That's right.
Hey, Sandra.
Sandra Palacio is in the house. Hey, Eli. Hey, RNP. Hi, all. I said hello to Sandra Palacio in the chat there. We still have 14 people here and 7 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up and share this out, folks. We'd appreciate it. Okay. Example, you text your friend and share that it has been a very hard day. You got overlooked for a promotion that should rightfully be yours. They reply, look on the bright side. At least you have a job. Blowing a kiss emoji. Or tomorrow is a new day. Sunrise emoji. And the message. Cheerful. Perhaps supportive or helpful? No. This well-meaning friend isn't really willing to listen or be with you in your time of need. Baby, there have been so many times in my life when I used to work, in the corporate world and in retail, where I got passed up for promotion, even though I was the best qualified for the job. And it was really frustrating. And this is the kind of stuff that they would say. But the truth of the matter is they were promoting people they liked. They were promoting their friends, right? And at
Yeah,
that
and you
point,
know
that's
what?
when, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's when you find out who your true friends are.
Well, that's when you find out who truly appreciates your work ethic, right? And
Well, and
uh,
but as far as this is concerned,
yeah.
the positive toxicity, because I'm going to say the one friend that I have in my ex hometown, and you know who I'm talking about,
Hmm.
whenever I would tell her something would happen, she wouldn't, stroke me and be like, "Oh, that sucks," um, you know, like Poor thing. No, she'd be like, fuck those people. Oh, sorry. Sorry, baby. You might have to
It's
do something.
okay.
But
No, it's
that's what
okay.
she would react like that. She would
Yeah.
be on fire and wanting to attack for me, instead of coddling me and giving me that positive toxicity, you know?
Yeah, yeah, but you want to know something, baby? I think both
What?
ways are the wrong way to do it. I understand the reaction, especially coming from a lady, because you ladies react to everything emotionally. But it's not about coddling, but it's also not about attacking the other people or just yelling from the top of your lungs. It's about sitting there and maturely understanding that those people that are coming at you, are in a way worse place than you're in. They're basically, responding to you in the same ways that they see themselves in the mirror. So people
Yeah.
will only respond to you as a direct reflection of how they see themselves. They're projecting. I've said this for years and I'll continue to say they're projecting their insecurities onto you, or they're projecting something that they're lacking that you have that they wish they could have onto you. And if people can learn to understand that, then you're going to be like, this isn't even worth a breath. You're just going to ignore. You're not going to feel the need to say F those people or, whatever, right? You're going to be like, you know what? They need help. And you know what? I'm not going to give these people more of what they want by, feeding into them and calling them out, right? Because that's what they want. They want to sink you
But
with them,
you're not
right?
understanding because you don't listen to the whole story.
Oh, go ahead.
Because what we do is we sit there and we cuss them out, and, you know, we have our emotions, and then we're fine. And then I can go back and I don't have any more of that anger because she took it from me, and she didn't coddle me. She didn't make it fake. She let me be real. She was
Yeah,
real, you know? And that's all I'm saying is that,
yeah,
sometimes these positive toxicity, when people come in, like when something happens to you that's bad and they give you the, oh, I'm so sorry, things will get better, tomorrow's a new day. That doesn't help. Sometimes scream with them. Let, the two of you scream it out, and then, you know, have a meal, or, take a walk,
yeah.
or do whatever you normally do, and just have a normal day. Just be a friend that way instead of being the toxic, you know, positive person.
Yeah, no, I understand, baby, and respectfully speaking, most women, even most normal women, because you ladies respond to everything emotionally based on how you're feeling in the present moment, they're going to react in that way, right? And all I'm saying is that the best place or the best way to handle it is to just not even let it affect you. Is to learn to understand why the other side is coming at you in that way. It's because they want to be you. That's all. So let's continue. But I respect everything you
Okay.
said, and I get,
Thank you.
baby, baby. I've been with you for a year and a half now, and trust me, if I didn't understand this, you would have probably tossed me out by now. So anyway, let's continue here. Um, as a developmental psychologist with extensive training in the field of positive psychology, I want to clarify that toxic positivity is not a toxic level of positivity. In fact, it's not positivity at all. It's just good old-fashioned emotional avoidance, invalidation, and denial. It is offering a platitude when connection and empathy are needed because it feels easier to stay at the emotional surface rather than to fully experience difficult feelings. It is time we collectively throw the term toxic positivity onto the linguistic trash pile because it is misleading. A platitude is not the expression of genuine positive emotion any more than eating a nourishing meal is, like binge eating 25 donuts. Well, you'd be very sick after eating 25 donuts. I mean, throwing up or have a bad tummy ache. I mean, that's a lot. But let's go back to the other paragraph, baby. In fact, it's not positivity at all. It's just good old-fashioned emotional avoidance, invalidation, and denial. And basically, I know a lot of these people out here on YouTube that we've encountered, and a lot of people in the real world we've encountered. Instead of handling it the right way, you know, they handle it the opposite way. It's offering a platitude when connection and empathy are needed because it feels easier to stay at the emotional surface rather than to fully experience difficult feelings. So these people will lash out and they'll seek empathy and they'll play the role of the victim, right? And when people coddle them, like you said earlier, it gives them a false sense of feeling better or doing the right thing when it's completely the opposite of what they should be doing. What are your thoughts about that, sweetheart?
No, that's exactly right. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's right. We need to throw that away and do like what I was saying and be real friends. And if like it's you've got to be real with people. And if you're a real friend and somebody is messing up or acting up, you need to let them know because otherwise you don't honestly care about them, you know?
Yeah.
But you do
Yeah.
it in the right way. You do it in the right way. You don't
That's
have to
correct.
be a dick about it. You don't have
Right.
to call them out online. You know, be an adult. That's all you got to do. That's all they're saying is don't make excuses for them. Don't enable their behaviors. Don't, do all of this. And, that's basically it.
Yeah. Yeah. I switched back to full screen for a second. Let me go back to the browser source here. No, that's well said there, baby. Well said. And we're going to go over this last part here, then take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. It's only going to take like 30, 35 minutes to get through the second part. There's not a whole lot more left. What is authentic positivity? Oh, authentic, genuine, same thing. Authentic positivity is your ability to find meaning, purpose, joy, amusement, inspiration, gratitude, contentment, interest, awe, love, and hope while committing to the reality of life, the good, the bad, and the horrific. So, baby, this is my opinion on this. No matter what happens to me on any given day, I've gotten to the point in my life, I'm almost 49 years old. As of the
We
day
all
that we're
know
doing
that.
this live, thank you. As of the day we're doing this live, it's Sunday, December 11th, 2022. It is 6 days away from my 49th birthday. And by this point, I've learned to accept the good, the bad, and the horrific and not let it affect my happiness. And that's all this means. It's pretty plain and simple. In life, you're going to encounter the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you basically have to handle the bad and the ugly in the same ways you handle the good. Just don't let it get to you.
Mhm.
Just, learn to let it roll off, understand why it's happening, address the issue, tackle it as quickly as possible, and then move forward in the positive way so it doesn't bring you down. What are your thoughts about that before we get to the last two paragraphs before going on our first break?
Well, quite honestly, I don't even feel the need to address the ugly in my life
Okay.
at this point,
Well, why is
you
that?
know, because I'm happy and I, I don't need to do it. It's a
Okay.
waste of time and I just don't want to. You know, I
No,
have better things to do in my life than address that. I
I
have
agree.
happier people in my life that I'd rather spend time with than be around people like that. So I don't even engage in the bad. I just
Yeah.
stay around the good,
I totally agree with you,
you know?
baby. The only time I talk about the bad stuff is for example purposes so we can help other people learn from what we've experienced and been through. And I
Well,
think
yeah,
that's when
but
it's yeah.
you're the content creator. I'm just here. I don't have to talk about it.
Well, you're the
It's not
content
my
creator
deal.
too. Oh, this is
Well,
oh, we're here.
yeah, but it's your show. I don't have to engage in that. I can only if I only want to talk about good, I can.
Oh, of course, baby. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And by the way, it's our show, not just my show. It's our show. And I will tell you this, baby, once we put you out there and everyone knows your name and stuff, once, like these people say, once we dox you, baby, ooh,
Knows your
once,
name.
once we put
Everyone
you,
knows my name. Uh,
once we put you out there, the name of the show is going to change to include your name. So that's the only reason why, we don't add your name to the show name because no one knows your real name yet. At some point they will.
it could be Coach Eli and D.
That's fine. We could do that for the time being, Coach Eli and D. All right. All right, let's continue here, baby. Real positivity is not saying everything is absolutely fine because it isn't. I mean, life is a challenge, you know. Um, while sipping your pumpkin spice latte as the world crumbles around you. I know so many people have sipped on that pumpkin spice latte. I can't even talk, or whatever latte, right? From Starbucks or Pete's or wherever, right? In our area, we have Dutch Brothers. They're really good too. It's not avoidance, denial, delusion, naivety, or ignorance. It is not complacency either. That's a big problem a lot of people have today, baby. It's being complacent, being lazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
complacent is like the strongest form of laziness. Like there's
Yeah.
being lazy and then there's being complacent. And I
Yep.
will tell you this. I've learned so much about why women dump men. One of the number one reasons besides cheating that women dump men is for complacency, baby. And that happened in your last relationship with a decent
Yep.
dude. He was complacent, bottom line.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that?
Not about him.
Oh, well, not about him, but about the topic, about what I was mentioning,
Oh,
Uh,
well, no, no, I'm good. I'm good on
yeah.
that part.
Okay, yeah. And what I was saying is that, you know, real positivity is not saying everything's absolutely fine. Not everything is going to be perfect and everything's not going to go your way. But you just have to learn to understand that things are going to happen, and you have to learn how to identify them and work through them as quickly as possible and then move past them so it doesn't affect the rest of your day at work, at home, or anywhere else, or regarding whatever you do. Let's continue here. Authentic positivity sounds more like this: everything's not fine, things are hard right now. Even so, I am still in charge of my life. I can choose how I want to think about this situation and how I want to respond. It is finding resilience. Great word, baby. Resilience is a great word.
Yes.
Bravery,
Bravery.
another great word, and personal responsibility in moments
Responsibility.
when conditions are not perfect. Here, the biggest word right there, besides resilience, the biggest thing I feel people need to learn to get better at is personal responsibility. What are your thoughts about that?
Responsibility.
What are your
Yes.
thoughts about that, baby?
That, no, that statement right there. So, I, okay, that paragraph is the most pertinent paragraph of this whole article. Like it's basically telling you, you know what what it all is, you know?
Yeah.
It's well, the last two paragraphs, you know what I'm saying? Where it
Yeah.
says real positivity is not saying everything is absolutely fine while
Correct.
sipping, it's saying authentically, no, it's not fine. You know, I'm having a hard time right now, you know?
Yeah.
And and you know what? I've learned to do that. When people ask me, I say, things could things could be better, but you know what? I'm
Hmm.
getting through it.
Yeah.
And that's how I put it. I get through the day, but you know what? It could be a better day, if I had to choose.
Right. Right.
If I had to choose, I would have won the lotto and, everything would be perfect.
Well,
But
I'd like to win the
no.
lotto along with you, baby. That'd be nice, but
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like I'm saying,
yeah.
no, it's been rough today. There's been some hardships of some kind, but I got through it. But yeah, if I would have won the lotto today, it would have made it a lot easier.
I hear you. I hear you. But the moral of the story is that, we don't let these hardships get in the way of
Yeah,
continuing to seek more success. And
exactly.
that's all it is. Everybody is going to go through hardships. Everybody's going to have failures. Everyone's going to go through things, but it's how you handle that and rise above it and move forward to
And
reach
what
that
you have to
greatness.
do is
Yeah.
look in the mirror and realize
Hmm.
why you're going through that hardship and take responsibility for it and not blame anybody else.
Right. Right.
Nobody else's
Again,
fault.
yeah. Again,
It's not
baby.
your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your boss's fault. It's not your wife's fault, your husband's fault, anybody
Yep.
else's fault.
Yep.
It's not the
Especially.
alcohol's fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, I agree.
Suck it up, buttercup.
Wow. I could not have said that any better myself, man. Wow. My lady's on fire tonight, and I love that fire, baby. Wow. Just keep eating, baby. Baby, I'm gonna go buy you a cow. And just yeah, because
Gonna
lately,
buy
like,
me a cow.
yeah, I'm gonna buy you a cow. I'm gonna buy you a bull, baby. And you know what happens when you mess with the bull, baby?
Baby, you get those horns.
You get the mofo horns, baby. That's right. But again, before we go to the break, baby, um, that's the biggest thing. Personal responsibility. If there's one thing that everyone can take away from this stream here tonight is accepting personal responsibility, right? And the
Hmm.
majority of people, especially, and I hate to say it again, but it's true. The millennials have the most difficult time accepting personal responsibility, and I don't know where that comes from. Part of it could be parenting, but there have been a lot of millennials that have
Oh,
been
I think it
parented.
is. I
Well,
accept it.
I understand that, baby, but you taught your kids morals, values, and ethics. I don't think parenting is the only thing that has affected these millennials from accepting personal responsibility. I think it is the media and social media and the media. I think it's primarily social media. These kids nowadays are living in a different world, unlike anything we've ever seen. And it's like they've been handed everything. Um, very easily. For example, you don't have to cook anymore. You can order DoorDash every single day if you want. Now, we use it every now and then, but we also cook and do things. But a lot of these millennials, they order DoorDash every day, right? Or they'll go and get what they created a certain type of restaurant for millennials called fast casual, kind of like Chipotle. You walk in there, you get a good quality meal, you stand in line, they make it for you there, it's fresh, and you walk out the door and you're in and out in like 10 minutes, right? Right?
Hmm.
So we created fast casual restaurants. We created delivery of of restaurant-style food right to your door, and you don't even have to see the driver. You can do contactless, drop-off.
Well, that's
And
because of COVID.
I
That didn't
understand,
happen because of the millennials.
but COVID's over, and they're still doing it, baby. We use it
But
ourselves.
you know what? It just becomes a habit then,
I
Like,
understand. But what
just
I'm saying is, a lot of these people won't even cook. They grew up in a transition period where things have become very lazy, or it's become very easy to become very lazy, right, baby? Does that make sense? Is that a better way to put it?
yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess not for my daughter's world because she is going to marry a chef, but so they're not going to DoorDash very often.
Well, but he's going to do all the cooking.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll do all the
Lucky her.
cleaning. Lucky
Yeah.
her.
No, she will. She does. She
Okay,
does.
that's
She
good.
likes to
That's
clean.
good. Good.
That
That's
is
fair.
one thing she does like to do.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. All right, baby. I'm gonna go back to.
Break time?
Go ahead.
Is
Well,
it
give
break
me a
time?
second. Give me a second here. Let me move this up here, so when we come back, we know where to leave off. I'm
Okay.
gonna go back to full screen, and baby, I'm going to go ahead and put you backstage. I have the music queued up, and I will come get you in about a minute. So stay tight. I'll be right there to get you, baby. All right? Putting you backstage now, right? All right. All right, my ladies, backstage. Music is all queued up. We're going to step away for a quick break, 7 or 8 minutes. And when we return, we will finish up this incredible, blog regarding, toxic positivity versus genuine positivity. So stick around. Round. We'll be right. We're back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back. Woo! I feel real good. My lady feels real good. She'll be joining me back here on the show in just a few. But I want you all to dig deep. Let all those anger monkeys go and get that energy up. Energy up. Energy up, everybody. Energy up. Feel good. The holiday season is here. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Yeah. All right. Let's get right back to it. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. Glad you could join myself and my lady, or my lady and I. Let me mention her first. That's proper, right? That's proper English. Glad you could all join my lady and I here live on the show. Tonight, we've been discussing toxic positivity versus genuine positivity. We also announced the runner-up winners of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. Go back and check out the replay if you missed that once this show ends. And before we get back to it, I want to remind you folks that our channel or channels here on YouTube are primarily funded and supported through crowdfunding and your donations. So if you are getting value out of the content and you feel it in your heart, please consider making a donation in any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. You can do so in one of many ways. You can go to the bottom of the chat and hit the super chat or super sticker. You can also hit the super thanks on the live stream replays once they're done processing, or any pre-recorded video. Just look for the heart that says thanks in the middle. That's the super thanks. And you can donate via a highlighted message in the comments section and show your support that way. You can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot is sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $ the real Coach Eli. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. And, again, tonight, any donations that come this way will go completely to my lady. I didn't keep the recovery fund up, but tonight we're going to do the same thing there. So just know you would be definitely helping her out, and you'd be helping us both out. All right. So let me bring back the woman of every hour in my eyes. Baby, are you there?
I'm here.
Welcome back, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby, we were talking during the break, and I have to say, your energy is just amazing. Like, this is who you were meant to be.
It's amazing what food does.
It's amazing what food does. Well, baby, food is an energy source. I mean, you are a retired nurse, baby, so you know that.
I know, but gosh, I forgot.
You forgot how much energy food gives you, to the point of where when it's 9 o'clock, it's 9:35 p.m. Pacific here, folks, 12:35 a.m. Eastern. Even at 9 p.m., it's still fairly early, and you're not as tired as you've been in the past when you haven't been as nourished. And I'm really proud of how hard you've been working to get your nutrition back on track and other things. And I just seeing you on the break, it's a blessing. So thank you, baby. Thank you for.
Oh no, thank you, baby.
Okay.
You've been a great support for me.
Well, baby, that's what people do. That's what a man does when he truly loves his woman, and love you with all my heart. And you are, in my opinion, you're not only an inspiration, to everyone out here, you're also a big inspiration to me. And I mean that wholeheartedly. So thank you for that, baby. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, baby. Well, now that we have that said, let's go back and get to the last part of this blog that we've been going through.
Okay.
Remember that, baby? When we first started going out, I used to go do
Do
do do do,
do do
and
do.
you love that to do. You know why I would do that? I would test my microphone before I'd go live, so I'd go do, so I can make sure it works properly, right? But anyway. All right, so we are at 1 hour and 16 minutes, about another 30 minutes to go, folks. So please get any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat, and we'll answer your questions as we go through the rest of this. So we left off in the section that says positivity in the darkest times. Ooh, baby. And you and I have both been through some dark times, and I, know that every human being has gone through dark times. So let's read what they wrote there. One of the most powerful examples of positivity comes from Viktor Frankl, the renowned Jewish psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps and the murder of his wife, mother, father, and brother in the Holocaust. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl asserts that our deepest human desire is to find meaning in life, and that if we can find meaning, we can survive just about anything. Frankl, 1985. For Frankl, meaning comes from three sources: purposeful work, loving something or someone fully, and finding courage in the face of hardship and suffering. So I could not have said it better myself, baby. The first thing that he
I was
mentions,
just going to say that's like your motto in life.
it's about your purpose. That, it used to be back in the days before women were liberated and they were still homemakers before they could work, right? A man's purpose defined him, and also was and still to this day is one of the main reasons that attracts women to that man, right? And so, but nowadays women have a purpose too, because they had a purpose. They were a homemaker, they were a housewife, they took care of the kids in the house, and that was a lot of work. Not taking anything away from women, but nowadays women have similar purposes as men, and so finding your purpose and living your life as your purpose, and even going one step further and creating or running a business as your purpose, or working a job that defines your purpose, is what's going to make you the happiest. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, what I've found in my life is that I had my kids at an early age, and I got my career, and then now I don't have my career. So here I am, 47, and I don't know what to do. So I don't feel I know what my purpose is, because I don't have my children to raise and I don't have a job to go to, and I don't need to take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I did have something to say about that. Let me go back to what you got me distracted.
Yeah, we had a troll in the chat, so just avoid those messages that come in, baby. But go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm not reading that. I'm trying to read back in the paragraph, because I wanted to say something about the Holocaust thing. Um, okay, so like I think with you, so the three sources is the purpose of work, loving someone or someone fully, and finding someone. But
And
the
finding courage in the face of hardship and suffering. Yeah.
that last one I don't know about. I don't know
Okay.
about that one with you. That's the only
Well,
one I'm not sure about.
let me give you my thoughts
About
if that's
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me share my thoughts. So, purposeful work, we discussed that. Loving someone or someone fully. Sorry, loving something or someone fully. I mean, I love you fully, and that brings joy and happiness. And are you all right?
Oh, I'm closing the window.
Oh, okay. Um,
Yeah.
um, Finding the love of your life brings you even more joy and happiness than you already have. You have to already come into a relationship happy, or else you're not going to be able to attract someone both ways, right? And,
Yeah.
despite the fact that you have been going through things for a while, when I met you, you were a very happy person. And for the most part, you are a very happy person at a core. It's just that you're going through things. I go through things. We all go through things, right? And I think the last part,
Yeah.
finding courage in the face of hardship and suffering is that, hey, you've experienced things while being with me that don't even necessarily directly involve me. It stems back to your childhood or other traumatic issues. And you have those moments of hardship and suffering, but because of the purpose that we have together, what we do out here on YouTube, what we have, we love each other fully. That allows us to work through that and face those hardships and things that are suffering and work through them. Does that make more sense,
Yeah.
baby? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that help out a little bit or?
That helps out a little bit.
Okay, is there anything you want to add to that?
No,
Okay, then
we
let's
can move
continue.
on.
Frankel argues that you can choose your attitude towards life no matter what your external circumstances may be, even when everything has been taken from you, even when suffering in the worst situation imaginable, even when living in absolute hell, you are still free to choose your outlook. You can choose hopelessness, helplessness, pessimism, stuckness, or despair, or you can choose something different. I'll translate that, baby, before we get your thoughts. You can choose
Oh
to play
no,
the
truth
role.
bomb.
You can choose to play the role of the victim, or you can choose to rise above it and not let it get to you. Is that the truth bomb, baby?
Truth bomb.
Truth bomb? One more time, baby. Say it,
Truth
baby.
bomb.
Truth bomb. Yeah.
No, seriously, it is your outlook on what's going on. Your attitude on what's going on in life
Uh-huh.
that matters most. If you have a negative attitude and you play the victim and you're just sitting there going, poor, pitiful me all day long,
Right.
nobody's going to be there and, you're not going to get anywhere in life. You know, you're
Absolutely.
not, just the despair is going to take over. The
Yeah.
depression's going to take over. You're just going to just wither away into nothing.
Correct. You're
So what
allowing
you
the
got to
negative.
do, yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
let the negativity take over. You've got
Right.
to
Right.
rise above.
Right, baby. You're allowing the negativity to wear you down quickly. There's nothing that's going
Yes.
to wear any human being down, whether you're a man or a woman. I include men here too, because we're emotional creatures too. We just process our emotions differently, supposedly, if we're real men, right? And the men that are just not real
Yes.
men, they act like women. And and that's where they
You
got the
know, I
phrase,
have
dude.
felt, I have felt hopelessness and I have felt helplessness,
Uh huh.
but I have had to choose to let that go and choose another route, you know?
Baby, we just
What?
got a $50 super chat from Mr. Tumnus. Big round of applause for your $50 super chat. Big round of
Oh my goodness, thank you
applause.
so much. So appreciated.
You know what the funny thing is, baby? We appreciate your donation, sir. You're probably the same person that sent the $200 super chat the other day, Clive, whatever his name was. Much love to you. Listen, I'm gonna just step in here and say something here. Oh, Sandra, thank you for banning that troll there before it even hit the chat. Held for review. That's wonderful. Listen, and I'm sure you're a guy, and there's been a lot of not stipulation. There's been a lot of talk about who this is, and sir, I really, really appreciate it. We do really appreciate it. We really thank you. I'm hearing
I
you're doing
really
it for
do.
certain reasons. I hear you're doing it for certain reasons, but that's okay. We appreciate it, and I think you're a really good guy if this is who you are. And we honestly thank you, dude. We honestly really thank you. That's really gonna help out, and that's gonna go right to my lady's pocket. Um, yeah. No, Sandra, I got your message behind the scenes, and we'll talk afterwards. And I think I know who it is. I didn't want to say anything, but I really want to pay this guy props because he's been donating some really good money around lately, and for whatever reason it is, we actually do appreciate it over here. We appreciate every little penny, right, baby?
Absolutely.
And by the way, there's also a 1 minute delay from what we say here to what goes out to the chat, folks. We have that delay in case we need to dump it. But thank you again, Mr. Tumnus, for the $50 super chat. Man, you're a blessing, bro. I think it's that guy. But anyway, let's get back to it, baby. What else were you? Anything else you wanted to mention, or should we continue here?
Well, we can continue.
Franco calls this tragic optimism, which he defines as an optimism in the face of tragedy and in view of the human potential, which at its best always follows for turning suffering into a human achievement and accomplishment. That which is great. When you turn suffering into a human achievement and accomplishment, you're basically, turning things around from a negative to a positive, right, baby? Makes sense?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Number two, deriving from guilt, the opportunity to change oneself for the better. Okay. So, when you come from a place of guilt, okay, you can sit there and decide to change yourself for the better, and remove that guilt and not feel that weird feeling that's going to weigh you down and slow you down. Right, baby? Anything you want to add to that?
I think that has a lot to do with, a lot of people in recovery or coming out of, jail or something, you know, I I don't know. I feel that goes to those kind of people.
That could be
And
one aspect.
I'm not saying I'm not one of them. I'm just,
Well, it could be
maybe
somebody,
that's why
could be somebody cheating in a relationship. It could be any negative thing, baby. But go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You're right. Maybe I wouldn't think about that because I've never done that.
No, I
Maybe I
understand.
went to the maybe I went to the drinking because that's what I do, you know. I would never think about the cheating um aspect of it. But yeah, no, you're right. It could be
Yeah, any guilt, anything that's
any
gonna,
kind of guilt that you have.
yeah, because here's the thing, there are guys and women out there nowadays do the same thing, that cheat, right, on their partners, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they initially do it, guilt free, but at some point, everyone's going to feel guilt, even people that, may not be feeling guilty initially, or just, feel like they may feel like they're not doing anything wrong, but it's going to catch up to them. And I'll tell you when it's going to catch up to them. It's when they, you know, uh, get dumped for, for getting caught for cheating, and then they
Yeah.
realize they really love that person, and then that person no longer trusts them to be with them anymore, and that's when you learn your lesson there. So that was just another
Yep.
example there. Let's go to number three. And number three, deriving from life's transistoriness, maybe it's a transitionary period. Great word there. Doc. An incentive to take responsible action. Frankel, 1985. Tragic optimism is another way of saying positivity. You can acknowledge your very real pain and experience positive emotions like hope at the same time. It can be both and not one or the other. Well, I mean, there's no way you're going to learn how to be successful without failing. I firmly
Yeah.
believe you can never be successful at anything out of the gate. If you are successful out of the gate, you're very lucky, and you're gonna have challenges along the way at some point, or you may end up just losing what you got lucky to build without having anything go wrong. But people typically learn from their mistakes, and they learn how to do things better. What are your thoughts about that, baby?
I think if they don't learn from their mistakes, they learn from working from the bottom up.
Okay.
It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So, because you can go right into a position and make mistakes and learn from them and move forward, or you can start at the very bottom and work your way up and never make a mistake, you know?
Right. Right. Right.
Just takes the
Okay.
time.
It just takes the time. Yeah. No, I totally understand. Anything else you want to add to that, baby?
Nope.
Okay, you can acknowledge your very real pain and experience positive emotions like hope at the same time. It can be both and not one or the other. I read that, but yes, of course. So, what that's saying to me is, again, you learn from your mistakes. You're going to make
Yeah.
mistakes. No one is perfect. And if you make mistakes, own them. Don't try to hide them.
Yeah.
When you're younger, and when I was younger, I used to try to hide my mistakes because I felt like an idiot. But
Well,
there's
or
nothing
you blame other people
right.
for what went wrong.
You play the blame game.
And
Talk about
that,
that, baby. Talk about that.
yeah, the blame game.
The blame game.
You didn't get the job because of the boss was, or the guy hiring was, stupid and didn't like your shirt, you know? Like, you make excuses and you blame people. You don't accept the fact that you just didn't nail it, you know? So that's what I see in today's day and age is the blame game.
Yeah, the blame game. It's something that I'm sorry, I had to respond to a text real quick, but we're all good now. Um, it's something that I believe everyone is going to go through, more so in your younger years when you're less experienced in life. And for me, I played the blame game until I was about my late 20s, baby. It wasn't until my late 20s and maybe into my early 30s where I started to realize, you know what, I'm coming off more like an idiot, not accepting
Well, hold on.
responsibility and blame. Okay. What's going on? Well, let's hold on for just 1 second there. Okay. I'm going to wait for my lady to come back here. Oh, she got, I think she got cut off. We're going to wait for her to come back here. Oh, there she is. There you are. You get cut off, baby?
Yeah, I got unplugged for a second.
Oh, no worries, baby. So what I was saying is that, when you're younger, everyone has to learn how to not play the blame game, how to not play the role of the victim. I didn't figure that out till my late 20s, early 30s. The thing is, when you're playing the blame game, you look like you're more of an idiot than just owning up to it. But see, when you're younger, you don't realize that. You feel that people are going to shame you for making mistakes. And no, people are not going to shame you for making mistakes. They're going to shame you, or they're going to come at you for trying to avoid owning up to those mistakes. Does that make sense, baby?
Yeah. That's what we want you to do as adults. We want you to own your shit,
Yeah. If
you
you're having
know?
an asthma moment, baby, you can mute and I'll
Nope.
just read
Nope.
this. You're okay?
I'm out in the kitchen, babe.
Oh, no worries. Well, you can roam around. Got great Wi-Fi here. Anyway, let's continue here. So, um, and I believe this is the last part, the science of positivity. Well, we have a couple more to go. Let's go here. The science of positivity. A 2008 study found that people who are high in psychological well-being are more likely to engage in altruistic behavior, such as volunteering or giving money to charity. Konow in early 2008, well-doing creates well-being and vice versa, with strong evidence that the pathway from happiness to giving is the more dominant one. Boynick and Meyer, 2016. Helping others makes us feel better, and people who feel better are more likely to help others. Let me read that one more time, babe, because that whole paragraph there really didn't make a whole lot of sense to me besides the last line, which is probably summing
No,
up
yeah,
what all
please reread it again.
a 2008 study found that people who are high in psychological well-being are more likely to engage in altruistic behavior, such as volunteering or giving money to charity. Well, that's true.
Yes.
Well-doing creates well-being and vice versa, with strong evidence that the pathway from happiness to giving is the more dominant one. Helping others makes us feel. This is what the most important part is here of this paragraph. Helping others makes us feel better, and people who feel better are more likely to help others, baby. I'll let you take that one first, please. That's what it's all about.
Helping others makes us feel better. I don't know. Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think that through.
Well, let me share my thoughts on that. Helping
Yeah,
others.
you share yours because I'm like, I don't know. Because, helping others does make me happy, but it doesn't necessarily make me a better person.
Okay,
Thank
I
you,
get where you're
Sandra.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you feeling okay, babe? I just want to make sure before we continue
Oh,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
I feel
Uh,
fine.
let me share what that means.
I'm,
What that means is what I've said before. You know, I feel it is much better to give, not give to get. So basically,
yeah,
for me, when I help people, like I am an empath, and I believe you to be an empath as well, baby. And
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Is
if
like, I
I
like to help people and it does make me feel better. Like, but like, I don't need to do it to make me feel good, you know?
well, that's true, but it does add another level of positive reinforcement and validation that what you're doing is really helping someone, and that you are
Yeah,
worthy of helping someone. It's just, and you don't even have to come out. The only reason why we're talking about it is because, we're coaches here. We want to help people understand this at the level we understand it. But helping
yeah,
others, like to me, I'll give this shirt off my back to anyone. If someone needs help, I will help them out. Let me mention a story. I don't know if I mentioned this. There was one night I was at the Walgreens, and I was pulling out. I was about to pull out. I was parked by the street, and this one guy was on the ground, and he he had a walker that was like off the curb on the street, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on. And I looked and I said, you know what, this guy may need help. I got out. He was a disabled person. He might have been drinking or on some kind of drugs or something, and he seemed like a mentally challenged person. I asked him if he was okay, and he was, he's like, oh no. He was. So I called 911, and so many other cars looked at that guy, and they just passed on by. Many cars drove by. Many other cars just didn't even get out to ask him anything. But I actually got out to ask him. Right now, when I called 911, they told me we received many other calls. So this is how lazy society is nowadays. Someone could be dying and needs your help, and you could help him or her get up or get him into safety before they get hit by a car. And all you lazy asses do is call 911 and say there's somebody down on the ground. I got out to make sure that guy was okay. And I waited there until the paramedics, well, the fire, firefighters always get there first. And they came, the paramedics came, and then, he was taken care of. But that's something right there that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I did the right thing to help someone else, right? And so because that makes me feel good, and I know it's appreciated, right? Okay, I'm more likely to help others and continue helping others. That's what fuels a huge chunk of my positivity and my happiness. But does that make sense, baby? Before we move on here?
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, you're not asking for anything back from that. You did that out of the kindness of your heart, the way you were raised. You're a kind soul.
Right.
There aren't
Well,
many kind souls left.
Well, you and we're trying to help as many people, become that way, because the world needs to go back to the way it was, where people have a lot more empathy, and people have morals, values, and ethics. That's a big part of the thing nowadays, is people don't have morals, values, and ethics. But let's continue here. Furthermore, happiness also leads to greater life success and accomplishment. A 2005 meta-analyst, Lubomirsky, King, and Diener, 2005, showed that positive effect, aka positivity, precede success across multiple life domains. Happiness, it turns out, creates success. As Lubomirsky, King, and Diener write, positively balanced moods and emotions lead people to think, feel, and act in ways that promote resource building and involvement with approach goals. So basically, if you have a positive attitude, you're going to be able to contribute
You're going
to
to be
society.
successful.
You're going to be able to contribute to society in a productive way, whether it's for yourself, others, a combination of both. You're going to be a productive member of society, right?
Society.
Does that make sense, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that means you're also going to be a successful person, because when you are a productive member of society, that comes back to you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else, baby, or should we continue?
Nope, let's go.
Authentic positivity matters. Absolutely. Authentic, genuine positivity, same thing. Positive emotions broaden our perspective, fertilize social connections. That's a great word, baby. Fertilize social connections. Wow. Reduce own race bias. Absolutely. You should have, no discrimination. Okay. Never base any judgment on discrimination or anything like that. Help us acquire new knowledge and skills, increase creativity and innovation, build trait resilience, and enhance physical health. Fredrickson, 2013. Positive emotions, as Barbara Fredrickson, PhD, succinctly puts it, broaden our mindset and build our resources. Yeah, you can never have too many resources. And the more positive of a person you are, the more resources you're going to be able to build. And that's what further creates success in my eyes. Anything you want to add, baby?
In short, positivity allows us to flourish even when life is hard, which is inevitably.
Which it inevitably is. Yeah. 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 Beautiful, baby. You finished the last line there. Thank you so much for that. All right. We have the final few parts here. We're going to get through it quickly. How to cultivate positivity. If the word positivity annoys you and feels excessively perky and peppy, call it something else. Label it effective thinking or, like Frankel, tragic optimism. While it is not always easy to do, you can cultivate positive emotions no matter what is happening in your life. I think people that don't like the word positivity have a lot of unresolved trauma or issues that they haven't been able to work through, and they can't stand
You just need
positivity
to get
because
laid.
well, I mean, baby, that's not well. It's more than that. But if you have if you have a negative attitude, you're less likely to get laid. But I think people, from what I've noticed out here on YouTube and in the real world and other aspects of social media, when being positive like we are, or the word positivity annoys certain people, it is because they have not been able to work through their demons. They have not been able to work through their past traumas, and then they're seeing people that are positive and they wish they could be there, but they just haven't been able to work through those underlying issues holding them back. What are your thoughts? Does that resonate with you? Does that make sense to you?
No, that makes complete total sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I couldn't have said it better.
Okay. Well, then let's continue. Um, when you are going through something difficult, here are a couple of points. Remind yourself that you cannot choose your external circumstances, but you can always choose your attitude and your response. I can't control what happened, but I can control what I choose to do about it. So, baby, we can't always, there are some things we can control and other things are out of our control. And especially for the things that are out of our control, okay? We can always choose our attitude and how to respond. Even when negative things happen, a stronger man or woman is just going to be able to say, hey, you know what? This was not the best day. Maybe it was a bad day or not the best day, but let's put it behind us and start fresh tomorrow, right? Instead of, going in attack. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, basically that's what it is. It's all about action, or it's what is that phrase?
Actions speak louder than
Um,
words.
yes. So, like, you can sit there and say you're going to do one thing, but you better do it because that's what speaks. So, if you're going to sit there and say you're going to get better, or you're going to let it go, or whatever, do that, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I have nothing more to add to that. Let's get to the next one here. Create meaning even when there seems to be none. This event did not happen for a reason. It was random, chaotic, and senseless. However, I can find a way to turn this mess into something of value by helping others, by giving back, or by improving myself personally. I can turn my pain into purpose. And oh my
Yeah.
God, baby, let me just speak on my behalf on that last line that really, really hits home with me. I can turn my pain into purpose. I turned my past pains into the purpose of becoming a life coach and doing this to try to help other people work through similar things that I've been through, or maybe learn more about all aspects of life that we've been through, so that way you could prevent from making the same mistakes as we did. Or if you make those mistakes, you only make those mistakes once or twice instead of 10 times. Before we figured it out, baby, I made a ton of mistakes regarding everything, several times before figuring it out. So I turned my pain into purpose, baby. And I think you have too. Let me know.
No, I absolutely have. Um, with um a lot of the millennial kids that are friends with my daughter, they took a liking to me, and I was like their second mom at times, you know, and so my I taught them a lot, and I was able to be there when their mom wasn't there, or when they didn't feel comfortable going to their mom. You know what I'm saying? Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Hello?
baby. I had my mic muted for a second. I,
Oh,
I had another text I had to get back to. It was very important, but we're all good. No, I get what you're
oh,
saying. Go ahead.
yeah. So I was able to connect with them, um, and be there for them. So I get what it's saying here. You
Yeah.
know, absolutely.
No, I'm totally with you on that. Let me read. Let's go to the last part here, and then we have one more part to go because I know I'd like to take a bath soon. I think you do too.
Oh
I
yeah.
we want to take an Epsom salt bath. That's what people that are in
Oof,
love do.
yeah.
We like that magnesium, right? Um,
Oh, I just like to
when
take a
some
bath with my man. I don't
oh
give a
that
shit about
that's
the magnesium.
well, I do. It's good for you, but I mean, I care about you too. So, anyway, when someone you love is going through a difficult time, avoid hollow platitudes like look on the bright side or it is not a big deal, all things considered. By doing this, you're dismissing their pain. Instead, offer greater emotional maturity and try saying, that sounds really hard. What can I do to support you right now? Or I'm free on Sunday afternoon. May I come over to your place and help you with whatever the specific thing is? Or you don't have to figure this out alone. We will get through this together. How many times have I told you, baby, when you've had your moments of your traumas and your past and all that, how many times have I said, you don't have to figure this out alone. We will get through this together. I mean, I
You don't count though.
don't count.
No, you're my boyfriend.
Okay.
You're damn near my fiance. You don't count. That's something a best friend will say.
Well, I disagree with you on that because it says when someone you love is going through a difficult time, it could be your significant other. I think significant others should be there more for each other, than even friends. I mean, friends are going to be there when they can, but for me, um, because I love you so much, and I know you have the biggest heart and soul I've ever encountered in my life. Um, when you're going through stuff and I can feel your pain and I understand what you're going through because I've experienced similar pain in different ways than you have, but I've experienced it. Um, I come out and say, you don't have to figure it out alone. We've got this, baby. We've got this, right? Like a lot of people will say the same thing the blog author said here. Look on the bright side, or it's not a big deal, right? And I
I
understand
think
sometimes that's going to be the natural thing to say, but trying to when you come off, let's get through this together. That's the right way to do it. But go ahead. Are the dogs okay?
what I was trying to say by that is that I would expect for you to be there for me. And then, I don't expect my friend to be there.
Okay.
Um, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if she's there, that's the bonus.
Okay. Okay.
You're
Fair enough.
you're you know, you're my man. You're supposed to be there for me in my time of need.
Okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's why we do this. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. Okay. We got the
Oh.
last part here. Are you all right?
Oh yeah. I'm just self-loving.
Oh, okay. Positivity is the ultimate act of courage. By cultivating a positive outlook, you're choosing to flourish in a world where, let's face it, the only certainty is that you and everyone you love will die. Positivity isn't glib or naive. It is valiant. It is the ultimate act of courage. There is no such thing as a toxic amount of authentic positivity. In my professional opinion, we are in far less danger, of harming ourselves with positivity than we are of not prioritizing it enough. Wow. Yeah. You got to prioritize your happiness. You got to own your stuff. You got to accept responsibility. And you have to, learn to understand that not everything's always going to go your way. And you got to learn from your mistakes and then rise above them and strive each and every day to get better. And keep a positive spirit while you do it. I mean, that's the bottom line. That's what I constantly encourage here each and every day that I create content. And same with you, baby. What are your final thoughts? And then we're just gonna wrap this baby up.
Wrap it up. Final thoughts are, just keep it real, people. That's basically what this blog is, or this article is all about. Don't be fake with your people. Don't be fake with your spouses, your friends, your coworkers, your family. Just be real.
Amen.
Don't be fake.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, baby. Anything else before we go off the air?
Nope, but thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate everybody that was here, everyone that stopped by, and I hope everybody has a safe holiday season this year if I don't get to talk to them.
Oh, you will. You'll be back before Christmas, and you'll be back probably for my birthday stream. We're going to do a birthday stream, a 49th
Oh, yeah, we
birthday
are.
stream. Oh, yeah, you got to be there, baby. I mean, is there really any option for you to not be there? Or, I mean,
Are you serious?
You could, all right, baby, I'm just having fun. We love each other. We're going to have fun, right?
Make me hurt you.
Well, that was a funny. All right, baby. Really appreciate you coming on, doing this show with me. It was a really, really great show. And say goodbye to everyone. I'm going to wrap this up in about 30 seconds, and then I'll come and get you, and we will enjoy our bath and the rest of our night.
Bye.
Oh,
bye.
All right, baby. Bye, babe. Say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was my lady. She's off the air. With that being said, thank you to everyone for being here. Once again, thank you to Mr. Tumnus for the $50 super chat. And I'm sure you're the same person that sent the $200 one the other night. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless everyone. Thank you, Sandra, for being here to moderate, and anyone else watching behind the scenes. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.